could make the logical argument right outside the door of where they believe. Like knock on their ideological door and say, hey, do you want to come out on the front porch of your house and talk about, maybe a step somewhere in here? And once you showcase, like again, both sides, once you showcase that there's some wiggle room, that there's some understanding and conversation, people drop walls immediately. Like they are so much more willing to be like, well, I'm actually a little bit more conservative on fiscal policy. Like I think that the debt and this, that, and the other, or they're like, I think I'm a little more liberal than I portray in X, Y, or Z. That's why, when I say again, 4 terms for congressional officers, well, for Senate, that's 24 years, right? A lot of people come out and they're like, well, I think it should be less than that. I'm like, good, I'm taking the conservative stance. It's currently infinite. I'm not going all the way to 1 term, you know what I mean? Which would be the most progressive stance. I'm taking this one. So now that you've corrected me and said it should be further than that, you've crossed over me on a conversation, which shows that we can have some compromise and that we don't always sit in a box of whether or not we're conservative or liberal or Republican or Democrat. It's such a bad guise. Now, it does help with an uneducated basis or of constituencies and the red button or the blue button means me. I believe that. And that's been helpful, maybe. But for down ballot races, I've ran for city council a bunch of times. If you hit that red or blue button, you don't vote for me at all.
Right.
You don't help any of that race. So the fact that those things even exist on the ballot, the fact that D's and R's and I's and all that exist on the ballot is really, really weird. It's definitely built in a way that was supposed to help the party that was in power at the time.